if you wake up every day at the same time at like 7 a.m. every morning and just clap, then you're technically clapping in rhythm with the earth, like spinning around the sun. Like that's, and you know, if you were to speed that up, so if you did that like 7 p.m., right? You know, you do that, now you're doing that an octave up from the frequency of the earth, right? So now this is how like everything evolved, right? Because like tides went up and down, and you know the world shifted in season. So like when things were forming life, when things were just like chemicals interacting and shit, and things flowing in and out of cells with osmosis, it was the moon pumping the tides, and it was the gravity and the warmth of the sun that was affecting things. And so everything in life sort of operates off of those frequencies,
the interval,
in higher upper octaves of those intervals, right? Because that's, you know, what influenced, you know, this fucking code serpent that like started making shit in the primordial ooze, right? But like it's that sort of thing where like if you have a ritual that you do every day, that's like your action, you're like time serpent singing in a frequency with, you know, the earth. That's why people like doing solstices and shit. Everybody just likes the consistency, you know? Right.
Well, a lot of, like most of human history, I feel, is a ritual of progress. And I feel like a ritual of change, a ritual of cycles. And when you think about like what makes a song happy or what makes a song sad, we were talking about just on the rhythm aspect.
Tension and release.
And the faster you go, that kind of like active sound.
Yeah.
What it reminds us of is like that animalistic kind of like ritualistic progress, drumming forward in society. And like when you're down or when you're introspective, like you're slower, you're taking at a pace that you need to take it at, or that the nature, the flow of the world is pushing you to take it at.
Well, even
it's even like that now.
Well, even think about how humans even had the ability to tell what time of the year it was. They went off of at what point the stars.
They would see. No, they would look at the sun, because the sun goes a certain point, and then it goes back a certain point. And so like a lot of old like stone monuments and stuff would be made to line up with the solstices. The Mayan pyramids actually, like during I think it's either an equinox or the solstice, the step patterns on the sides of the temples would look like a snake slithering down and up the stairs with the shadows of it would cast, and it would only be on those specific days.
But even like with the really cool. How we split up our year, the whole fucking Leo, Capricorn, all
with
that
the
zodiac stuff, like stop. What's so funny? You are fucked up.
It's just funny. I don't know. You're making me laugh, man. Who cares?
What's funny?
It's just the Leo, Capricorn. What is that shit?
But like I've
some like, horse motherfucker with the arrows.
But like it's interesting how we looked at these constellations, and we're like, this is happening in where we are geographically. And then how, you know, the dominance of certain cultures, or at least the ones that controlled a lot, put a meaning. Like, it's interesting that, like, Leo is in the hottest month of the year, the hottest time of the year. And this is, like, lion, this very,
ferocious,
this literally orange creature that looks, you know, like, that has this mane that comes out like a sun, you know what I mean? Like it's interesting how
I know that Leo is associated with like solar symbolism and stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the symbolism is arbitrary. I've always wondered the same thing about the Chinese zodiac. They have apparent reasons why like the different animals are associated with shit, because it was originally like breaking up the times of day, and it would be like when certain animals would be active, or when you'd have to tend to certain animals. It would be like, you know, this is when you feed the pigs, this is when you tend to the oxes, this is when you have to look out for snakes coming out, this is when you have to, you know, look out for birds, you know, dragons. that kind of thing. Like they would.
When was a dragon involved?
Well, I don't know.
When the fuck did a dragon show up?
This is actually really interesting. This has always interested me, because so many cultures come up with dragons, right?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, why?
They think they're cool.
I think.
Like, why
I
do
think
they all?
I have a few theories for this.
Okay.
Because they found them.
One of them was like when we were like primates in trees. We probably fucking had fights with birds all the time. They were probably like our mortal enemies. We'd probably fuck birds up. And they would probably fuck us up, like, constantly. And we were, like, smaller. I can't remember who said it, but it was, like, birds have been around since, you know, they're the descendants of dinosaurs. They've been around much longer than we have had the potential to. Like, they didn't evolve with us. They let us evolve. Like
they know
they would kill us if they had
They
the chance.
stepped out of the way.
Because we were little mammals.
They were like, you get the
rodents.
ground, we'll take the sky and the trees.
Yeah.
We're gonna shit on you every so often.
But it's not even that we were the ground. We were under the ground. Like we were like
water.
boring. No. We were animals that bored like tunnels and stuff like that. Like we didn't even have that. We didn't even have that. You know, to be able to go outside because there probably was big fucking birds.
I think like ancestral memory of like birds and like dinosaurs from like mammal, you know, pre-human mammalian days. That or cultures finding dinosaur fossils and not knowing what the fuck, and then like telling stories about them that get telephoned down.
Right.
That's another thing.
A dragon really doesn't make much sense when you think about it. And like it's just you're right. This giant lizard bird, like that doesn't make sense.
And it breathes fire. Like I don't know, guys.
Everything that flies is either an insect, which is small, or has feathers. And why would it is weird. And then the fact that like somebody fucked up and probably was like they find these big ass bones underground and they're like, well, that must be the dragons and they must have scales. But then reptiles don't even have fucking scales.
But how would they
make sense?
We don't even know that dinosaurs had scales.
They're all smoking opium. They don't know.
We're descendants of the Anunnaki, and we have a concept of them, right? Of like in our mind of like a prior civilization of dragon people or some shit.